like scams that you have found across the field, or misrepresented information across the
that you
media?
think is
There's
really
heaps.
notable.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could go on forever about that.
Alternative medicine,
Not a fan of that.
I.e.,
i.e., there's medicine, and
Mhm.
then there's things which have not been proven to work.
But like, what do you group in that for yourself?
Well, I think you mentioned acupuncture before. That's a good example.
Mhm.
Chiropractic's actually dangerous to the degree that
I don't believe in chiropractics.
the largest source of people in
Mhm.
a medical or interpreted to be medical field promoting anti-vaccination.
And also hurting people.
Not to mention hurting people,
yeah.
and babies.
Imagine that.
I can't imagine doing chiropractic on a baby. Oh my God, that scares the shit out of me. People do that. They take their babies and they get the back like realigned and shit. That's
cure their colic. No, it will not.
It will not.
Oh my God.
No, that freaks me out. I've never believed in chiropractic.
Yeah, it's I think a lot of that's a misunderstanding as to how scientists approach evidence.
Yeah.
And saying, well, we're pretty sure this isn't like
harming.
say like we're pretty sure this is something that doesn't work.
Yeah.
We've tested this stuff. Doesn't seem to work. Like there's no evidence that it does work.
Yeah.
And
but there's a good quote which is like evidence of absence is not absence of evidence. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
But there's a few other things. I can make a whole lot of little random quotes about epidemiology and data and like anecdote, but saying, "Oh, well, my mum had this thing and it worked well for her." Blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, well, your mum versus 4 million people.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Who are being researched in a controlled environment. Yeah, and it's like, oh well, my mum's friends.
I understand. Yeah,
it's like, yes, but the plural of anecdote is not data.
Yeah, I do see that. I understand that.
Yeah,
I think it's
one quote you told, well, not quite, but you said that something amazing. Like, I asked Atari in a previous conversation, does Chinese medicine work? And then he says, well, the Chinese medicine that did work is now Western medicine.
It's now medicine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any like when you talk about alternative medicines and natural medicines, we had a whole bunch of things that we used to treat people, and then we tested it all, and the stuff that worked became medicine.
Yeah.
Stuff that doesn't work, I guess it's a nice soup.
What about the things where you got like stomach problems and you
there's gastroenterologists? Sorry, that's just my experience.
A whole lot of them. Be very careful.
No, that's my experience. I've had the most terrible experience of my life with a gastroenterologist, and I really feel passionately about not doing that again.
It's one of those things because it's a specialist.
But that's
medicine.
an anecdote. And of course, I know there's evidence that it works, and of course, I know that
every medicine is a specialty.
Yeah, and of course, I know that
even a general practice is a specialty.
Yeah, it is. But of course, I know that like gastroenterology would not be the field that it is if it didn't work, and it wouldn't.
In what regard?
Oh, like, but I'm just saying, like, as in, I know that. Like it's
gastroenterology is just the study of
but like they and gastroenterologists treating those things that like
so basically anyway, you had a stomach bug and it felt like there was
I don't know what I had. Nobody knows what I had.
Like you had pain that felt like you were getting daggers.
I was hospitalized multiple times because of a pain that nobody could figure out how, and I'm gonna cry, but like one of the hardest things was having this. Like my GP, he's like so wonderful. I love him so much, and he's really helped me. He helped.
Hold of him.
Yes, and I followed him. He's moved practice, and I followed him.
She followed him.
But he was the one that helped me figure out that I had a B12 and iron deficiency. And he's the one that helped me like my mental health. But he recommended me to this gastroenterologist who was really rude, and I know that's just him as a person, but he was a really awful practitioner for me, and he basically told me that the pain that I was feeling wasn't there, and that no, I did a biopsy and there's nothing wrong with you, and that was really hard for me.
Yeah, it's like imagine being in like chronic pain and being told that you're making
it wasn't chronic, but like I was in pain, and to be told by somebody that it didn't exist. That was really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
So that's just that guy's a twat.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, and I totally understand that.
Should we dox him? Not
No,
dox him, but
No, don't.
the
don't-
practice.
don't
The
name any
practice.
names.
But because of my
the last thing I'd want to hear now is a name that I know.
no,
Oh,
no,
But
but
than that, you're like, oh shit.
I'll be
the-
honest. Like, feel free to do that off stream.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I don't
yeah.
like
Yeah.
hearing,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Curious.
negative about colleagues, but yeah.
but yeah,
'Cause my thesis was in colorectal cancer. So
yeah. But
some
yeah, so
context.
my experience with him, I will never go back. I will never, if I have any stomach problems again, and it's really unfortunate, I'll probably avoid treatment over seeing someone
I'd
because
say
of that.
avoid that person.
Yeah.
If you're-
No, of course.
it's
Yeah.
don't avoid all.
No,
doctors of
no,
that
yeah.
Profession.
Yeah. But that was just my experience with it.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate because like those experiences literally will deter people from.
And if
it
I
sounds
wasn't-
silly.
Yeah.
If I
yeah,
wasn't as
it-
educated as I am, who knows? Maybe I'd never go back
it
to a
makes
doctor
people
again.
distrustful of medicine, but
Yeah. Of
and
course.
as to whether or not that's a reasonable distrust, it's something that
No.
can be argued,
Yeah,
but
of course.
I mean-
Of course.
Yeah.
But like if I didn't have the education that I do, that could have spiraled to be something so much worse.
a
And
distaste of medicine.
like, yeah, luckily I still see my GP regularly. I still talk to him about it. I told him how I felt because I know that how do you ever improve anything without telling someone that something's wrong?
Yeah.
Right? But if I was just like Joe Blow off the street and I didn't know that, then like how, yeah, that could end really badly for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's not good.
Mm.
That's unfortunately we can't really deal with. I guess it's not within the realm of science to deal with to deal with shit people. Who,
No,
Yeah.
of course,
represent
yeah.
medicine, which
And
is,
that's-
and that's
which is
unfortunate.
unfortunate. It's not a
Yeah.
problem I know how to solve.
It's
Yeah.
it's sad. It's really sad because when
That's
you
why
look,
a lot of like undergraduate medicine is dealing with patients and on that
Yeah.
aspect of
yeah,
medicine.
like
You look
bedside
at a
manner.
gastroenterologist. You're looking at someone who's done 7 years of medicine,
Mhm.
then a year-long internship, and then possibly a couple of years of residency,
Mhm.
and then 3 or 4 years of gastroenterology
Yeah.
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 residency, basically.
So it's kind of unfortunate that your interaction you have with someone that has had over 15
Yeah.
years of experience go.
Just he might not be the best
But
person.
that's the
at
problem
Or-
dealing with
because
people.
How many
Yeah,
gastro-
or for what I had wrong with
how
me.
many what are they called? I can't.
Gastroenterologist. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna start out the word.
Gastroenterology.
Yeah.
How many of
I'll
those
type
are
it in.
there in Adelaide? How many are there that have time to see you and all of that
Yeah,
stuff?
I was
There'd be a
I was
couple of dozen
on
in Adelaide.
I was
Yeah.
on about a month and a half waiting list to see
Yeah.
him.
So that time she was in pain. She was having to deal with this pain.
For
and
like a
then-
month and a half, yeah.
because the person wouldn't see her, and look, I don't know how.
And the communication just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not about him. This is not about like I'm just saying like, yeah, my personal experience really like I don't
Sucked.
know. Yeah, like clouded my judgment for a long time on that
You
stuff.
could definitely complain to the Gastroenterological Society of Australia.
Don't tempt me.
She will. And you like, and it's not about the money, but you also pay a lot of money to
Yeah, I
be
mean most
told
of it was
that-
covered by my private health, but
be told that there's nothing wrong,
mhm.
or at that
and I
point in
can't
time.
imagine someone with say endometriosis or something like that, the process that they would have to go through being told there's nothing wrong with you, I can't see anything that many times, because I've listened to lots of stories about that. Not that I ever thought I had endometriosis, but just like going through that stuff, I can't imagine. I went through that once. That was a one-time thing for me. It was like multiple bits of pain, but a one-time experience with me being told there was nothing wrong with me, even though I knew there was.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that's like
There
going
are
through.
211 gastroenterologists in South Australia
So why was
Okay.
it so hard for you to find one? She was on a waiting list for like a
because
month.
they all have different
Yeah.
areas of expertise, and
And also, there's only
facilities
so
and-
many
yeah.
in my area, right? And there's like only so many
Like
that
you
can
look
have
at people who do
access to the
like just
hospital.
colonoscopy. There's like
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
had an
like-
endoscopy.
that'd be the majority of them. That'd be like 150. The 200 would be
Mhm.
Yeah.
endoscopy. But
Yeah.
then like for adults.
Yeah.
Then for other things, like if you want to look at like just endoscopy, it'd be like a smaller group, and
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
or,